Essex Business Radio.
Hi friends, it's Elliot Browne, Essex Business Radio. How you doing? I'm here with none other than Emma Goode, I was going to say, because it's got an E on the end of it. Emma Goode. How you doing, Emma Goode from 24 Fingers? You all right?
I'm very good. Thank you, Elliot.
Good. Thanks very much for joining us this evening.
Pleasure.
I just want to start by saying that I met, how long ago was it that we met?
Going to say about 9 months ago.
Wow. Well,
One of the meet the members I met you.
It was a meet the member, which is, could be thought about in more than one different way, but we won't go into that right now. But yeah, it wasn't a meet the members. It was Brentwood Chamber of Commerce meet. Yeah,
timber.
It was that 9 months ago?
Probably.
Oh my God, where has that time gone?
Who knew?
But we knew about each other beforehand, right?
We did, through social
media, which brings us to the point. 24 Fingers is a social media based business, yeah. And you class yourself as, and I just asked you this, but you class yourself as what if I was to ask you what your role is? Obviously, you won't run the company. You're the MD. You're the director. But what do you class yourself as?
I'm a social media consultant and trainer. I hate the word guru, so you'll never see me or hear me say I'm a social media guru because there's too many gurus in the world.
Are there?
Totally. Everyone's a guru.
Okay, so I said I didn't like the word consultant, didn't I? Do you find that if you say consultant, that gets you the business that you sort of want, or gets across to people what you do?
I consult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. Yeah. Maybe you're not, but I am.
Hey, listen, everybody, whatever you name yourself and you're happy with, that's good. So consultant and trainer as well. So you literally go and train people how to use social media. It's a full-time job, that alone, just, without sort of managing social media as well. We're going to come back to that a little bit later on. But I definitely want to know a little bit more about you, Emma.
Okay. Hit me with it.
Well, okay, so 24 Fingers, and there's a story behind that. We want to come to that in a little while. What was your past experience? Because you went into social media from an industry that was absolutely nothing to do with that at all. So talk to me a little bit about what you were doing for many, many years before you got into this.
So I used to be in the publishing industry. I was a print buyer for 20 odd years.
Yeah.
So I used to buy print and paper for the likes of Tesco, Kia Motors, British Heart Foundation. It's a fantastic job and worked with a brilliant bunch of people. Mm-hmm. And I could see the print spend was going down month on month.
Yeah. So we're going back how many years ago is this?
6 years ago.
Okay, so you saw it going down at that point.
And previously. So every month my clients would be reducing their print spend, reducing the frequency of their titles. So I thought, wait up, I've got to do something here.
Yeah.
Knew the company was on kind of shaky ground cash flow wise. So I trained myself to do online. So I basically moved from offline to online.
I want to talk a little bit about the print industry. I mean, I was in the photocopying industry for many years. The family business within the photocopying industry changed a huge amount many years ago. So you saw the die-off of print, I mean, over a period of 20 years. I mean, the last 10 years of you doing that, I'm assuming it changed quite considerably, no?
I'd say it was a bit more sharp shock than that. I wouldn't say print's dead, by the way. I think...
oh, yeah, of course not.
Research shows that print has got huge retention levels. It really builds brand loyalty. So for my paper clients, print is not dead. We just reiterate that. But I would say it finished 6 years ago, and I'd say 3 years. There's a 3-year period really where there was a lot of magazine closures. There was a lot of print run reductions. So I thought actually the writing's on the wall, and the particular company I worked with was very on shaky financial grounds. So.
Right, okay. So it was down to the way the company reacted to the market, or
yeah, kind of. I mean, we launched a Christmas product for Tesco's magazines, and we were getting paid on like 120 days.
Right.
Billion thousands a week. So when you
standard work when working with the big boys, though, to be honest. Yeah.
And as a small company, you can't sustain that very long. So that didn't help. We won a government contract, and then they took it online. That definitely didn't help. So you put a few of those factors together, and suddenly you've got a team of 30 people reduced down to 5. So it's hard.
And so I'm assuming that their business had been run sort of quite, historically been run quite traditionally, had it, and it didn't pick up with the sort of online business.
We had a measure of online, but certainly perhaps not as aggressively as we should have done. And I think there were many years that were very boomy. There was a lot of afternoons down the pub, which was fantastic at the time.
Right,
but I think if people had had a crystal ball, perhaps certain decisions wouldn't have been made. But I take nothing away from the people that ran the company. They, from my point of view, it was a fantastic environment to be in, and I wouldn't be doing what I do now.
Without being there.
Yeah, I had very good times there.
Okay, all right. So, 20 years, you must have been quite happy there, to be honest. Yeah,
very happy.
Yeah. So, you still keep in contact with the people that were in that business?
To be honest, I'm so lucky. So most of my clients at the time now are friends. Most of my suppliers are now clients.
Right.
And I speak to people from my publishing world every day. It's fantastic. I think when you work that hard with people for so long, you can't help but form brilliant relationships.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud to say that's continued.
Oh, okay. So tell us a little bit about you and and where you come from. Sort of let's get off the business subject for a minute. You know, we've just dived straight into there. So let's find out a little bit more about you. Where you come? You're local. You're Brentwood.
Yes, I come from Essex. So
Yeah.
I was brought up in Hornchurch.
Okay.
And then I moved to Upminster when I was about 13.
Uh-huh.
I'm very proud to be Essex. Very proud.
Yeah.
One of our brand values at work is Essex through and through. So
Right. Okay.
the more Essex people I can surround myself with, the better. I have one beautiful son.
That's nothing against anybody else outside of Essex, of course. That's Emma's opinion and not that of the business.
I have one fantastic son who's 18.
Okay.
Or nearly 18 rather. What else? Brilliant family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what were you like at school, Emma? See, this is better. This is some interesting stuff. Come on, what are you hiding? What are you hiding? Come on, tell us.
What did I like at school? So I changed senior schools halfway through.
Right.
In the third year, so that was quite tough.
Studious? Were you studious at school?
Yeah, I was studious. I laughed a lot at school.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
So I had the
people?
loudest laugh.
With people?
Both.
Both.
I had the loudest laugh though, so I'd be the one that got into trouble constantly.
Right.
I was quite clumsy. I'd always be the one that got into stupid things, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So nothing. So no big reveals about school then. No.
No big reveals about school. I can't think of.
Did you stay on? Did you stay on? Did you do further education?
No, I went to college and I learnt to touch type, which is the best thing I ever learnt in
Right.
my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Touch typing. Talk to me. What's touch typing?
Don't need to look at the keyboard.
You just do it without touching?
Yeah.
That's a skill.
Well,
So
yeah,
if you could
call
go
me
like this
skillful.
and literally it types. No touching.
It's the new AI. No. So yeah, I can type really fast and I don't need to look at the computer. That's
Really?
the best thing I ever learnt.
Oh, okay.
Shorthand, not so much, but
Yeah.
the touch typing was very good.
Oh, okay. So what got you into the printing? What was it? What did you do after you left school?
So, because I come from Essex and everyone knows everyone, when I left college, I wanted to be a PA or a bilingual secretary because I learnt French.
Okay.
And my aunt worked with somebody who worked with somebody and he needed a secretary and he worked in a publishing company.
Right.
So I got a job and that was it.
Ah.
And then I think about 6 months later, one of my suppliers recommended me for a job in town and I went. And again, typical me, I went and got the job, really happy. I was earning about $5,000 a year. Thought I was, wonderful.
Yeah.
And then my director and my manager both left within 6 weeks. So,
Right. $5,000 a year. Come on. So how long ago was that then?
So that was about 30 years ago. Yeah.
30 years ago.
Yeah, well, about 27 years ago. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So $5,000 a year was.
Yeah, I was wrong in it.
Were you? You're living that financial dream.
Yeah, I didn't do too badly, but yeah, my manager and my director both left within 6 weeks of me joining.
All right, okay.
So
What
then-
did you say to them? I mean, how did that happen? You start and they leave. I mean, no.
No. But it effectively meant that I was running the department at age kind of 19. But again,
Right.
best thing that ever happened because I didn't sink, I swam.
Right,
And I worked all the hours God sent, but I really learnt my craft and really learnt my trade.
right, okay.
So yeah,
Oh,
thank you
okay.
for leaving.
And what do you like to do? What do you like to do in your spare time? Do you have any sort of?
I don't get much of it.
No. It's funny actually. Everybody says that comes on here. To be honest.
I literally don't. I'm Buddhist, so I've been
Interesting.
practicing Buddhism for 25 years.
Really?
So I started when I was 21.
Okay.
And somebody that I worked with at my first publishing company introduced me. Best thing that they could have ever done for me, and I'm eternally grateful.
Okay. So talk to me about Buddhism, if you're allowed to, or is it?
It's not a hidden secret.
No, it's not like Fight Club. No.
No.
Okay.
First rule of Buddhism is that we talk about Buddhism. So Buddhism gives me the power to navigate my way through life in the most happiest way possible when I chant a phrase called Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that before.
Heard
yeah.
that before?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And that brings out the courage, compassion and wisdom in my life.
Right.
So I tap into my best self, if you like. And,
Okay.
I chant morning and evening, and I chant about any particular problem, that I or friends or family might be having. And equally, if I want to achieve certain things, I'll chant about the best way. And through my chanting, I'll get the wisdom to know what to say, what to do, and how to tackle a situation.
So talk to me. I mean, I've heard this. So tell me what it is that you say again. What do you chant?
Nam
Myo Ho.
Renge
Kyo.
So if you've watched a Tina Turner
I'm
film,
going to say that again. I can't do that once because it's
Nam Myo
Ho
Renge Kyo.
Nam Myo Ho Renge Kyo.
So
I have seen the Tina Turner film.
So that's
the
chant.
It's a great film, in fact. Actually, I love that film.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So that's the chant that Tina Turner does in that film, and I'm a different person. I was a different person the minute I started chanting, in terms of how much it raised my confidence,
right.
how much it gave me an internal power that I always have, that we all have.
Right. But
it's hard sometimes when you're you're struggling with a lot of things, and I had quite a turbulent childhood.
Right.
To chant, actually, I've got a tool that I can use every day. Right. My son chants, and there's nothing that I can't tackle through chanting. Okay,
so you touched on just then. You had a bit of a turbulent childhood. Your coping mechanism is the Buddhism is using some tools from that to help you to cope with things. Is that right?
Yeah, I think cope sounds quite reactive. I think Buddhism is a really proactive religion. So, for example,
apologies, I use wrong terminology.
No. I think there are forms of Buddhism that are quite passive. So go and retreat in a mountain and kind of shut yourself away from life. This type of Buddhism, Nichiren Daishonin Buddhism, is the actual opposite.
Right.
Buddhism is daily life. It's about paying the mortgage. It's about struggling with work. It's about relationships. It's about my whole life.
Okay. So a lot of people have different things that they turn to for that, for mindset and things like that. Okay.
And I think the struggle with positive thinking in inverted commas.
Yeah.
Is that's quite hard to sustain. Like every day when you wake up and go, it must be positive today. That's hard.
Oh, definitely, for sure. Yeah.
But when you chant, quite naturally, your outlook on life becomes more positive. And then, as you quite rightly know, when you treat somebody else with respect, naturally you're going to get that respect back.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, you can.
I don't listen. I've treated a lot of people with respect over the years. I don't know that you necessarily get it back, but that's my view and not that of the business.
So we say in Buddhism that karma is made up of thoughts, words, and actions. So, if I'm thinking, that gives us an idiot or whatever, then I'm creating that karma. So for me, chanting is a way of... don't be scared,
Listen, you have no idea what I go around calling people sometimes, particularly when I'm driving. So so maybe I'm putting it out there. Maybe that's why they're all idiots.
Maybe. Who knew?
Well, yeah.
So New Year's Day, for example, I'll set my determinations for the year ahead.
Yeah.
I'll set myself my goals, and through Buddhism, I will chant to achieve those. And at the end of the year, I'll open up that piece of paper and look at what I've achieved, what's happened.
What do you on the last day of the year?
First, yeah.
So you've got a piece of paper that's been gathering dust since the 1st of January, and you're going to open that when? What day?
I'll do it New Year's Eve.
If I'd have known that, I'd have got you to bring it along and we could have gone over it. What do you think, Do you think you've achieved it? Can you remember what you wrote down?
I remember most of it, but there'll be other things that I've written down that are in the depths of my life that will have happened.
Really? Interesting. I might write some stuff down.
Do it.
Yeah. I'll give it a go. Let you know how that works out for me.
Let's do it.
Okay, so there's your beliefs. Quite interesting. I wasn't expecting to find that out about you. So what else do you do to put sort of pastime if you get any time? Is there anything else that you like to do exciting? Well, would you like to jump out of planes or anything mad like that?
No, definitely not. After I went to Go Ape on a work do, and they told me I had a low centre of gravity, and I still don't know if that was
You've got a low centre of gravity.
And I still don't know whether that was an insult or what. But
really? Who said that?
The guy that ran Go Ape.
Really? Yeah. Did he have a high centre of gravity, this guy?
Who knew? I don't know. So I don't do anything like that, but I think I do try and maximise my day. So every day I try and do some kind of training, some kind of Buddhist activity. I go networking a lot. You see me go. Yeah,
you're a prolific networker for sure.
Opening of an envelope. I'll go to. So my week is pretty full up, and I've got big targets for myself. So I don't rest on my laurels. So
do you find you get a lot of business from networking? I mean, do you get all your business from networking?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, I've never made a cold call in 5 years.
Yeah.
I've never.
But you're a prolific networker. If that's what you find it gets you your business, then you'd be mad not to capitalise on that, wouldn't you?
The funny thing is, I've only been networking for a year.
Okay. So what did you do for the first 5 years then?
I literally was at home or in the office. I had an office on Bishopsgate, and people would refer me. So friends of friends. So that was how the first 5 years.
Useful.
Yeah, really useful. I had a lot of white label agreements. I had a lot of partnerships, but I didn't make any outbound leads. Right. I didn't have a website for the first 2 years of business, which is ironic. Digital marketing agency without a website.
There's a lot of people that do it, to be honest, you know. If you're doing a good job for other people, it doesn't necessarily, and you're not interested about getting any extra business, then it doesn't really matter too much, does it?
So, that was the first 5 years. And then back in November 2018, I went to my first local event, and the rest is history.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, I want to find out a little bit more about why the name 24 Fingers. We're going to come back in a few moments. Thanks so much for the first 15 minutes. Has zipped by. I now know a little bit about Buddhism, and I still can't say it. What was it?
Nam Yo Ho Renge Kyo.
Nam Yo Ho
Renge
Kyo. Yeah, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. I'd forget all the time. Okay, so we're going to catch you back in seconds as it happens, but we're going to take a little break. We're back after that very quick break, and for you, it wasn't a break at all. For us, we got to have a little laugh about things that we're not allowed to talk about on air. Elliot Browne here, Essex Business Radio, here with Emma Goode. Not good. Good. How you doing? You all right?
Good, yeah.
How you find it so far?
Good. Great.
Yeah. I think we're going to go deep there. I was interested in finding out about Buddhism, and I still can't say it, and I'm not going to try right now. I might practice though. I might practice and see if it does me any good.
It will.
But what I've just found out about Buddhism, it sounds like if I'm going to follow a religion, that's the one to follow. Is it classed as a religion?
Yeah, and people will say that. People say, if I had to pick one, it would definitely be Buddhism, because I like the...
Buddhists tend to say that, I'm assuming.
And non-Buddhists.
Not Catholics. They don't go, if I was going to follow something, I'd be a Buddhist. There's nothing against any religions, by the way. I'm neutral on this, so just letting everybody know. Listen, there was a post that you did on social today about knicker dropping or something along those lines. Now, anything, if I see a post about knicker dropping, I was going to say all over it, but that wouldn't be right. That wouldn't be right, would it? So come on, tell us a little bit about your knicker dropping experience.
Well, it doesn't happen often, but we were talking the other
dropping your knickers?
I was talking about this the other day.
It's right, Joel. You can laugh out loud. It's all right. Don't keep quiet in the background. If we've got an audience, you might as well make it so we can hear you. Do you know what I mean? If anybody that can't see, or actually even the cameras that can, we have a couple of people watching this evening. Carry on about your knickers. So I was talking
about this the other day, and when I was at school, I'm quite young, and
all right. Where's this going?
No, I was a bit clumsy. Okay. So every week we'd go swimming at a different school. Yeah. So I'd have to walk up from our school to the other school, an all-boys school. Okay. And I was really conscious to get changed in the changing room. So of a morning, I'd put my swimming costume on, then I'd put my school uniform on. Okay. I'd put my knickers and my towel.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Navenka knows what I'm talking about. So
saves time.
Yeah, exactly. Saves
blushes. Very organised.
So one day I came out of the swimming pool and I didn't have my knickers to get into and change back into, and I was like, where are the knickers? So my mum's friend was picking me up from school, and she said, right, we've got to find them before we go home. And I was like, no, leave them. Like, no, you've got to find them. And I remember walking out of the school and seeing my knickers in a puddle and having to pick them up in front of all the boys coming out of school. So that just started the day that Emma...
Joel seems to be finding this funny anyway.
And I could tell you lots of funny stories like that happen to me on quite a frequent basis, but not involving knickers.
But yeah, okay. Okay, I have to be honest with you, that was nowhere near where I thought that story was going. In fact, I can't tell you where I thought that story was going to go, to be honest. So so you said you were clumsy, before we started recording, you said you were quite clumsy.
Stupid, just funny things happen to me. Like one day I was out with a supplier in a restaurant, and I could feel and see dust coming down from the ceiling. And I was like, what's that dust doing? And next thing, a builder fell through the ceiling, landed on my neck. And
landed on your neck? A whole builder?
A whole builder, 6 foot tall.
Well, obviously you're going to have half a builder, are you? Shit, there's half a builder here. Where's the other guy? Where's the other part of him?
And then the next day we were in the sun, saying flying builder hits Coulton couple. We weren't a Coulton couple.
But, really?
So like loads of funny things like that happened to me quite a lot.
And you were in the sun because of this?
Yeah.
Really? Have you got pictures of this builder around your shoulders or on your neck?
No, they do.
So what was it? Was it front page?
Posterity. Probably not.
No.
There was wrapped up a few fish and chips the next day, but yeah, that's a bit of a claim to fame. What others? Remember that guy Steve Walsh? He's a DJ. Did the You What song?
I don't, but go on.
No.
I'm now you've started.
Okay, so he died when he was in Ibiza.
Oh,
and,
cheerful story.
He was halfway through finishing his album,
Okay.
and they needed somebody to do the backing tracks, so they got me and my friends who ran a youth club in Essex to
Right.
go and record the backing tracks. So we got into Woolworths.
Ah.
So, loads of funny things like that happen to me all the time.
Interesting.
You do know
Interesting.
the song. You what?
Yeah,
You what? You what? You what? You what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no idea
And
what you're talking about.
I won't get
Literally no idea.
signed with that voice. So
No.
I'll
No,
just
no.
And
I don't.
I didn't get an album from a record
I'm just
deal
gonna,
from
let's just chuck it to the back of the room. Anybody know that song? No, anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've heard it.
No,
My
Ben's
version?
keeping very quiet over there. He's not. It's not a bit of us, that Ben, is it? It's not house music, is it? What is it? What's it called?
You what?
So
lots of funny things like that happen to me quite frequently.
okay, all right. Well, so I'm sure we're going to find out some more of these bits and pieces as we go along. So going back to printing, we're talking about the printing, and as this is loosely around business, I suppose we should maybe try and keep on subject a little bit. Although I'm quite happy for it to go off subject, kind of off piece completely. So you went from the printing, and so tell me what happened there. How, you decided that you started seeing a change in the market.
Change was a coming.
Yeah.
So I had to think about what to do. And a colleague said to me, actually, we've got government contracts and they need somebody to run their social. I think you'll be good. Go and do it. So
okay. While you're at the print place,
so I did it.
Okay. Yeah.
So I taught myself it, and actually, the channel of communication was different, but the essence of communication is still the same.
So we're talking 10 years ago?
No, about 7 years ago.
7. Okay.
So fairly early on in terms of social media.
And what were you using then? What were you just Facebook?
What was I doing?
It wouldn't have been Instagram, would it? Well,
No,
very
it was
early days.
It was Twitter, primarily Twitter and LinkedIn.
Of course, Twitter. Yeah.
Twitter. So
You used to use Twitter a lot.
Twitter's my best platform, favourite platform.
Still?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yes, completely.
Holy. Really? That's
And
the
out of
first person that said that ever.
Out of my team, 3 out of the team.
Well, not ever, obviously. Other people have obviously said that, but not ever.
Most of my team agree as well.
Really?
Yeah, Twitter's fantastic.
For what? Come on. Right, now I need to know about this.
Okay,
Go on,
so,
tell me why.
If you've got a personality, Twitter's your place.
That's why I'm not on it. No, seriously. But why?
Yeah.
do you think you can be more
witty.
relaxed?
No, I think you have to
No,
be more
you could.
clever.
You
I think you have to be witty. I think you have to be more clever. You have to be more on point, especially when it was only 140 characters. Obviously, it extended now, but to get
what's it on now?
280, so to get a witty, snappy, engaging piece of content out in 140 characters, that takes skill.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember trying to come up with things, which was not easy. Yeah. And so you use this across the board with all your clients?
No, so we've got certain clients that Twitter wouldn't be appropriate for. I'm
You
the first
just
person
said it was the best.
Well, it is for me the best, but I've got different objectives.
So for you, for your business,
Yeah.
it's the best.
Yeah.
But for generally, for the general public, though, people that are going to be listening to this, they've got their own business. Who do you think it suits? Because it's an interesting subject I didn't expect to come across, to be honest with you.
So I would say
who's it for?
So I'd say if you've got an opinion and you're a business owner that wants to raise your flag and disrupt your industry,
Yeah.
Twitter's the place you need to be at.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
LinkedIn, sure.
Yeah.
But Twitter, you can make a noise. If you don't want to make a noise and you want to be quite vanilla, stay off Twitter.
Right. Write this down, guys. Twitter. We need to get on Twitter. Sort that shit out. You're messing about out. I don't know what they're messing about. Come on. For Essex Business Radio, we should genuinely be using it.
Well, I think, Elliot, you've got a voice and you're not afraid to voice your opinion.
Well, I don't know. I'm quite shy. I'm quite quiet.
Okay. So for me, Twitter could be a platform for you to raise the subjects that you're passionate about. But
I'm not passionate
go
about
hard
anything.
or go home. Don't go on Twitter if you've got nothing to say.
That's what she said. Really, I don't know. I don't know that I personally. I don't know that I agree. But that's my. That's have we tried it? I haven't tried Twitter for years, to be fair. Although I have on media, it is quite useful.
If you want to be picked up by a journo or a press, you need to be on Twitter.
Really. Okay. All right. Let's look at it. Let's get Essex Business Radio on Twitter.
Trending.
Anybody that's watching this, drop a message below or let us know what you think about social media and what are the best platforms for you. What are the biggest platforms? Obviously, Facebook is the biggest platform out there for business and personal use and stuff like that. Where else do you get massive traction?
So for us, in terms of our engagement, it'd be Twitter, it'd be LinkedIn,
Yeah.
and then Facebook.
Yeah.
I see Facebook and Instagram as the most powerful platforms. You can target 70% of the country through Facebook and Instagram's targeting platform. That's huge. That's crazy.
For sure, yeah.
So when I look at a client strategy, I'll look at the best platforms to target more people that they can engage with, sell to.
Yeah.
And invariably, Facebook and Insta will form part of that package.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll look at a client's personal brand as well.
Yeah.
So we're talking to a language expert today. He's got a role on Facebook and Insta to get more ideal clients, but actually Twitter's a place where he's going to make a name for himself.
Right, really. I'm going to take that tip on board. What are you thinking about TikTok?
TikTok, it's not for me and it's not for my clients. They're not targeting that demographic.
Interesting comment. Would you say there's a demographic yet though?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
What about forward?
Younger.
Yeah, but so your clients don't have a business in the future. I mean, I'm looking at this from a point of view that TikTok is where you'd want to be tapping into a generation now for business in potential the future. I know some big players that are using it because they know that they're still going to be around in 5-10 years time, and some of those people that are using it will be then going, oh, I already know who these people are.
Yeah.
That's quite smart thinking. Would you not agree?
Those clients, consumer products or
No, these
B2C.
I think a mix across the board, to be fair.
I'm trying to think of my clients now, the range of my clients now. I can't think of a place, but it's a good point.
Yeah, it's only what I've seen. I mean, I genuinely, all I've seen is my son look at it and seen the videos and stuff like that. We're going to start looking at it because I think for the business and for Essex Business Radio, I think moving forward, again, getting that engagement with people now, the odd videos, bits and pieces. A few years time, they're going to be the people that are potentially your future customers or future people that are going to be listening to the shows or watching what you do. Just a way of thinking about it, I suppose. But Twitter's the way forward for you. Okay, interesting. I
love it.
Yeah.
I was an early adopter and I've never moved away.
Yeah. I was an early adopter. I was quite an early adopter, but I gave up on it, I think.
Yeah, it's not right for everyone. I'm the first person to say that social media isn't the panacea to all ills. And
It's a what?
It's not the it's not the saving grace to a whole business.
Oh God, no, for sure not.
And I'm the first person to say, don't waste your time doing that if it's not right for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to be on every platform. Much better to do one platform really well than spread yourself too thin.
Yeah, always say that, definitely, for sure. Okay, so we sort of went off subject a little bit there, which I like. Okay. Printing to 24 fingers.
24 fingers. So I was going to set up, or we were going to set up, 3 of us.
It was a we, that's right. I remember having a conversation with you a while ago.
There was a we, and we were going to set up, it was a threesome in this company.
Okay.
And for various reasons, it didn't work out. But by then, the company name had already been registered.
Okay.
So I had to go with it.
24 fingers came from where?
Have a guess.
I don't know. You had somebody that had a lot of fingers.
No.
No, there was 3 of you.
Yeah, there's 3. So
okay.
3 of us.
Forgetting the opposable thumbs.
Thumbs don't count in social, but yeah.
Okay, thumbs don't count.
I know they do.
You're being very thumbist.
So that's where the name come from, and then I kind of grew to love it. I didn't love it at the beginning.
Yeah.
But every single time I talk to somebody, when I just about to go and put the phone down, I go, just want to ask you something. Where did the name come from? Actually, I found it's a great conversation starter.
It is. I mean, people remember 24 fingers, that's for sure.
Hopefully for good reasons.
Yeah, let's hope so. I don't remember it for bad. Let's put it that way. But I definitely remember the name. That's for sure. And so 24 fingers. So what? So you said you are a trainer. Yep. You do the social media. So talk me through what you do on a daily basis in your business. What drives you? What is it that you get up for?
School fees drive me.
Your school fees drive you. That's right. Yeah. So is this why you do what you do? What?
It's why I started.
Okay.
But I've got one more invoice. I think 2 more invoices, and I've done it. I'm very happy.
So that was your driving force.
Yeah, single.
Sorry, getting a little round of applause. Yeah.
Single parent.
So that was your target, was it? It was a target to get you pay for the schooling and.
At the beginning it was.
Okay.
Single parent, and I needed to pay for school. My son had already registered by the time I got made redundant.
Right.
And I got a lot of, he'll never make it, he's got the wrong accent, you'll get made redundant, you won't be able to afford it.
Got the wrong accent?
Yeah.
Go on.
And
talk to me about that.
That's what his peers and my peers told me.
Okay.
So
why wrong accent? I'm curious. What do you mean? I'm missing something here.
because he speaks like me, he doesn't speak.
And you speak how?
I think I speak quite Essexly. I don't have
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think you're particularly
I think you
Essexy.
speak really well.
I think you speak well. Yeah.
Thank you. But,
So your son speaks.
And people in Essex do speak well by that comment.
Yeah. What's well, not everybody, but then to be honest, there's good and bad everywhere, isn't there?
I think I've probably got my posh voice on today, but yeah, we were told that he
Yeah,
won't
you start
fit in.
talking like this. What's that?
Yeah, you wait till
That's not
8
even
o'clock.
Essex, is it? I don't even know what that is. What is that? Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were told, he won't fit in. Why are you even bothering? And
How rude! Who said that?
Oh, loads of people.
Fuckers.
One of his ex-teachers.
Really?
And in my head, I just
Whoa.
thought, fuck you, I'm going to do it, and I've done it. And
That's better now. The Emma's coming out. That's
the real
it.
Emma. And my son used to get up at 6:30 to travel from Hornchurch to school in Brentwood, and he'd done that for a few years, and he, works really, really hard. I'm really proud of him, and he set up his own business last year.
Really? What's your son do?
Video editing.
Does he? Oh, interesting. Cool. And, so you do you work with him? Do you do some
we
stuff?
don't collaborate.
Don't you?
No.
Oh, you're missing a trick there.
He's in one room, I'm in another, and no, he's brilliant. And he's got all of his clients by himself. He gets a client most days. They pay him up front. He gets all of his clients on Twitter, and he's brilliant.
Wow, so he's taken the advice from you, and he's on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's
he did that without me even talking to him about it.
Well, yeah, but he would have had a look at what you're doing, and then sort of right. It works for Mum. It's gonna work for me. You learn from the people around you.
I mean, I have to say, I've literally not coached him at all. He's absolutely fantastic, and the day work experience. Thank you, Jam, again. He did Deliveroo.
Thank you, Jam.
Yeah, he did his work experience at a great company called Jam. And
okay, what did Jam do?
They are
jam making facility.
No, they're multimedia agency, and they put him on a Deliveroo campaign. He did that, and
delivering jam.
No, Deliveroo. But yeah, no, he did really well, and he's really pushed that. He's really pushed himself. I'm very proud.
Yeah.
What's his business called?
It's his now. I'm trying to think.
Oh my God!
I know. I don't. He's got different handles. I think it's Webs FX. I'll have to come back to you in November.
Yeah, definitely. We'll put it on there as well. Maybe we'll have to have a chat with him.
Yeah, we'll put a little link on there for him. Let us know what that is after the show. Well, congratulations to your son. How old's your son again?
Nearly 18.
Nearly 18. Fair play to him. Oh, okay, good. So he's following in your footsteps, and whether you say it or not, he will definitely have seen what you're doing and taken taking bits and pieces. So he's editing videos, is he?
Does, yeah.
Is he a videographer as well?
No, it's basically what he does. He approaches YouTube gamers who don't have editing skills, and he puts their intros and outros, does all their music,
right,
and does all the cuts and
sends
it back, and he's great.
Interesting. Okay, well, we'll have a chat about that afterwards, because there may be some work that we could possibly put his way on certain things. So we'll let you know about that. So we're going to take another quick break. Going for a wee, back in 3, as so many people may say. See in a minute. Hi again.
Hello.
We're still here.
Still here.
How are you doing so far?
Really good.
Yeah.
I say good constantly.
Well, you do, because you would do, wouldn't you? You've used to saying good. Is that your tagline?
No.
Be good. No. Okay, well, I'll leave that one there. Okay, so where were we before we went to the break?
We were talking about how we met, and talking about Brentwood Chamber.
Brentwood Chamber, of course. Yes. I moved to Essex a year and a half ago, and thought it would be a necessary thing to do to join the chamber, as I'd heard really good things about it. In fact, as chambers go, I believe Brentwood is a pretty successful chamber. I know there's a few proactive people in it, as we know them, and you've been how long have you been a member of the Brentwood Chamber of Commerce? Have you? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So when you started networking, did you go straight involved with them, or?
Yeah, I think I did. I just can't thank them enough. I think Brentwood Chamber are doing a brilliant job in pulling our business community together.
Yeah.
I've really noticed how many people want to do business with each other in Brentwood. And I think the team, especially Sally, Neil, Leah, Caroline and Paul, just absolutely fantastic. They work tirelessly to promote Brentwood Chamber and the benefits of being a member. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's been, it's just been the making of 24 Fingers here.
So what would you say the benefits are as a member of joining any chamber of commerce? If we're going to do that, we can get some sponsorship off the chamber at this rate.
So they run fantastic training workshops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
On social media.
Yeah.
But no,
that's because you do that, yeah.
No, I think great networking opportunities. I think there's a lot of sole traders out there who actually, by coming together and talking about their business challenges, it's a great safe place where they can meet other like-minded business owners and chew the fat. I think Chamber really pulls together the great and the good of Brentwood, so you get some fantastic companies doing really good things.
You say sole traders. Do you think that's where their forte is in sole traders?
No, at Brentwood Chamber, that they've got everybody from sole traders up to the larger organisations, and I think there's a place for everybody. I've just met some brilliant people there, and lucky enough to work with them quite closely, running the monthly training workshops that we do on social.
Yeah.
And it's just, I would say it was the best business decision we made last year to join Chamber.
So you do a monthly workshop, do you?
do.
What do you do in your monthly workshop? Talk to me about that.
So they're fantastic. So well, I would say that, wouldn't I? But the feedback forms show that too. We get 12 people in a room and we talk about a particular platform or a concept like how to find your ideal client. They last for 2 hours. They're really cost effective. £50 for non-chamber.
£50?
£40 for chamber. Real bargain. And they're really practical. So we'll sit there with somebody's phone, show them what button to press, what button not to press, and the reasons why.
Right.
Come along. Brilliant.
Okay. And where can people find that out?
So they can find out more at Chamber website, brentwoodchambers.co.uk, and we're just about to launch the 2020 programme of events. And like I say, once a month, mostly on the third Friday, down at Create Business Hub by the station.
Right. Okay. I believe somebody called Elliot runs the Create Business Hub. Is that right?
Karen, and I know Elliot works there.
He works there, does he? Okay, I'd heard there was another Elliot somewhere.
There's another Elliot.
That's not me. Somebody, they didn't. The Brentwood mistook me for. Is that mistook? Mistook. And the more you say that, it sounds weird, doesn't it? So Ben, you say mistook now. Yeah, that sounds weird. It's not even a word anymore. It's become. It sounds that weird. But yeah, but they thought that's who I was. That's when there was an issue, wasn't there? I know, how rude.
Don't they know who you are?
They do now.
The only Elliot in the village.
So you've had a lot of business out of that.
Yeah, I mean, I've made loads of friends. I've had some really good fun, and it's been brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Couldn't rate it highly enough.
But you're a firm believer in networking. I think there's a place for it in a lot of businesses. Can I say that it's been massively successful what we do? No, I don't know. I think it's got the name out there. I don't know that it's necessarily driven a huge amount of business to Forge Management, who sponsors Essex Business Radio. I think in essence, actually, it's probably got the name out there a bit more about Essex Business Radio when we're talking. In fact, don't even go and talk about the business anymore itself per se, and helping people build their business and coaching, consulting, mentoring, whatever you want to class that industry
as.
The
consulting word.
I know. Well, people have to understand. People understand what that is sometimes, don't they? So I'm using it as a terminology for what happens in that service. But it definitely has about getting the name out for what we're doing here. Okay, so 24 fingers.
24 fingers.
Yeah.
So how we help people, and I don't start every networking session like this, but how we help people is strategy. So if a client wants to be on social but not quite sure where to start, we'll give them a strategy session, looking at what platforms and how they should be doing it, what time of the day, how, what, when.
Okay.
Then we'll
that's an interesting conversation as well. Into what timing at time of the day.
Yep.
I mean, what do you do? Do you analyse a lot of data and stuff to see the best time? That changes per person, per ad, per business.
Definitely changes per business. I get really frustrated when I see these blogs about the best time to post on Instagram is
there is. I don't know.
Oh my god! Honestly, that drives me insane because it's so personal to a business, and what's right for your business might not be right for my business.
Yeah.
So
service industry based, of course.
Exactly.
You've got people looking at their phones first thing in the morning, maybe before they're they're sitting on the throne, maybe while they're commuting, as you said. Yeah, but I do. I think
said
that's
throne,
right.
I said commute.
Yeah, but and then your retail, of course, business to consumer is a totally different thing, isn't it?
So I think insights, as my friend Kathy Ennis says, it's not marketing if you can't measure it. So I think insights are huge, and any business owner really needs to understand the insights, do more of what's working and less of what's not.
Yeah. So you class yourself as an analytical person, rather than a creative, or you're a creative and analytical, or you?
God.
So how would you class yourself as?
Quite analytical, quite creative. What I'm not great at, I know my weaknesses, of which I have many.
Yeah.
I'm not great at
Well,
sticking
don't be too hard on yourself.
No,
Would
no,
you have many?
I'm really.
I mean, we've got a
really,
few, but let's go over the top here.
I'm not great at sitting down and doing one thing for hours and hours and hours. I used to be in print, but I think with social, because the phone's always going, notifications is a different beast, so I struggle with that. So I tend to chunk my time down into smaller chunks now.
Right.
Whereas in printing, I could do the same job for like 8 hours on a stretch. I just can't do it with social.
Yeah.
Or that's me getting older, I don't know.
Right, okay. So what do you like to do then? What's your favourite part of what you do?
So if I did strategy and then daily implementation, and then I do report and analysis, and then I do training.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of years ago, I never thought I'd be training. I'd never done it before, and I was talking to one of my colleagues before we started working together and said, no, training, no, can't do it. And then I did something with my colleague Kathy, who was running an official Facebook and Enterprise Nation workshop, and she said, come along and do the Instagram bit for me. And I said, I don't think I can. And she went, no, you can come and do it. And I did it, and I walked out, I was like, oh my God, I absolutely love this, because that moment when you're sitting in a training workshop and someone gets it and someone starts thinking about how they can use an Instagram story for their business.
That's that moment,
yeah,
isn't it? Yeah,
absolutely fantastic. And then that night I remember driving back from Norfolk, and it was Brentwood Chamber at AGM, and I walked in and I went, you never guess what I've been doing today. I've been training on this. And they said, we'd love to talk to you about that for Chamber, and that's how it all started. And that was only back in last May. And I would really like to say a big thank you to Sally Sykes for her support and encouragement.
Good old Sally.
Yeah, it's meant the world.
Sally and her cakes.
Sally and the cakes.
We'll have to get Sally on at some stage and have a little chat with Sally.
Sally's amazing.
So you do training outside of Brentwood Chamber as well. Did you start doing your own? Did you? Is that how that?
Yeah, so I did it for Chamber, and now I do one-to-ones. If somebody can't make a Chamber event, I'll visit them in their premises, and we'll do it in the comfort of their own home. And I see training and online courses as quite key for me in 2020.
Yeah. Next year.
Yes.
What do you see as the big shift on social? I know that a lot of the things have changed recently with regards to what's the word? I always forget the bloody word, don't I?
Like
algorithms?
Algorithms. I don't know why I forget that word, but yeah, this has been a massive shift this year on the algorithm all the time, but very much so this year. Very much pushing towards the paid ads and coming away from getting, unless you're paying. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but unless you're paying for ads, even your organic stuff isn't going to get seen as well.
It's a really good point. So, two schools of thought here. Yes, you're absolutely correct in that the algorithm is decreasing organic reach by something crazy. So 0.000% of your posts will be seen by your organic audience.
Yeah, it's mad.
Yeah,
that's mad.
Soul destroying and disheartening and all of that. However, quality content will always win through. A few years ago, about 3 or 4 years ago, one day I put up a post for a client, and he was in the personal development industry. And this post was about if you're a child of the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, you probably did. And it was all about, that we rode our bikes outside, that we didn't come home until it was dark, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I put it up, and that first day it got like 10,000 views. And I was like...
10,000 views?
Hold up.
Right.
And it went really well. So I went to bed that night feeling a bit proud.
I would.
Yeah, I should run a social media agency. I was quite happy. And then when I logged on Saturday, it was like 100,000. I'm like, mate, this is going great guns. Cut a really long story short, it got to 26 million people organically.
I think I've seen that post.
Thank you very much, Rebecca.
Wow.
So quality content will always win. And if a brand really understands their message, really understands their voice, and is putting the effort and the time and the resources to create quality content, there is a place for that.
Yeah. There's a lot to be learnt from that, I think. Clearly you know what you're talking about.
Thank you very much.
Well, from what I can see, anyway, I know some of the people you've worked with, and they get great results. So you clearly have got a natural knack on what to do with those things, because there is a skill, and I think a lot of people think that listen, I paid thousands to learn certain elements about social media, and then we get Adrian come in and show us that what we knew isn't quite as good as it could be. So there's always tweaks, there's always things going on, there's always changing, the algorithm's always changing. It's a constantly changing thing. As you said earlier on, marketing isn't about getting it right straight away. It's about trying something. It's about
testing it.
You've got to test it. You've got to double test it. You've got to tweak it. You've got to change. You've got to repeat and just keep doing it. And the minute you sort of think you've got it is the minute it starts changing.
I think also all the platforms are now pushing to quality conversations. So they're putting emphasis on when your network comment. So I see this very much
When your what, sorry?
When your network comment.
Okay.
So on LinkedIn especially, they're placing more prominence on a post that engenders a response. So actually, it doesn't matter what the response is, but the algorithm wants to see that people are chipping in and having a conversation. So it could be something like, Elliot, you look very smart.
Thanks very much.
It could
What's
be
the question?
Well, it could be something as simple as, is it vital that a business owner wears a tie for a meeting?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so you're very strong. Absolutely not.
Oh, can we do a post on that?
Okay, but that's the type of post.
I like that sort of post.
Yeah.
Because that would genuinely get people to ask. Because
Precisely.
I think genuinely 95% of the people would say no, it doesn't matter anymore.
Exactly. So that kind of back and forth. That's what the algorithms are looking for. Algorithms are.
You taking this on board, guys?
It's noted. It's noted. Things like business struggle, business journey. LinkedIn again is a place now where people are talking about their pitfalls, their struggles, what's cocked up, what's done really well, and it's becoming a much more open platform. So I would say to any business owner wanting to be on social, be authentic and be real. When anybody follows us on 24 Fingers, they see me, they see me being like klutzy me, just normal. When they meet me face to face, I'm not going to be that suited, booted P's and Q's person. I'm going to be telling them like it is. So my social has to reflect that. Yeah. Which is why I put in about the knickers dropping in the puddle. Yeah. It's real.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you were talking about, there's a bit of a growth in the area of people talking about, pitfalls and overcoming challenges and things like that. How not to do it is going to be a show that we're literally going to be doing, concentrating
the 10
on
things
that.
I wish I knew.
Well, yeah. What was the other thing as well? Learning things that cost some money. I can't remember what the other thing was we were talking about the other day. But anyway, how not to do it is going to be a show we're going to do in the new year. I've got numerous different experiences I've had. I've definitely learned the hard way, and I think there's people are a little bit more fluid with talking about these things now, rather than saying, "Oh yeah, I've just done really well." And, it's not all fine. It's never all fine. There's always something to overcome.
Oh, honestly, I was talking about this other night as well. I 2 years ago I had 2 years ago, Was it 2? Yeah, nearly 2. I had a massive nervous breakdown and I could barely get out of the house.
Really?
So I couldn't answer my phone. I couldn't open my post. The only people that I wanted to talk to was my family. And that was only last January. Wow. Okay. So,
you got through it. Yeah. And what got you through it? Buddhism?
Buddhism, for absolutely sure. The support of some really good friends.
Okay.
And, I'm really happy to say that in a business setting. Say, do you know what? 2017. It was absolutely horrendous. I got divorced. I moved house twice. My dad got terminal cancer. Wow. That's the tip of the iceberg that I'm saying in 2 minutes. So, that was really tough.
Hard year.
But there's lessons I learned from that, and definitely
the hardest lessons are the best ones to learn from.
100%. And I learned so much, and I learned who my supporters were, who my friends were. I also learned what I was good at and what I wasn't good at, which is really vital. Yeah. And I'm quite tenacious. I'm very tenacious anyway. And there wasn't going to be, I was never going to give up. But God, that was so tough. Yeah. So for me personally, to be in Brentwood after that 2 years ago and be part of the business community, it means so much. And winning the award a couple of weeks ago, that was the highlight of what had been a really, really difficult 18 months.
What award did you win? Can you remind us?
We won. I get this in everywhere. Sales and Marketing Award for the Brentwood Business Awards that are organised by the Chamber. It's a fantastic event.
Yeah, we missed that, but congratulations
Thank
there
you
to
very
you.
much. Thank you very much. Absolutely team effort, and I'm so grateful for the support that I had around me, and they know who they are.
And how many people in your team? How many people do you work with?
I work with 8 people now. I've just added 2 more people into the team today. 8 people.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Great. Well,
so we're 8 times 8, 64 fingers.
64 fingers. Is that the next business? Is it? Congratulations on sort of the new members that have joined the team, and on your award, of course. So that shows that everything you've been doing well, and it's and doing right and growing. Continue to grow. What's the sort of plan for moving forward? 2020. Tell us what you got planned for 2020. I mean, by the sounds of it, you're going to be writing some new stuff on a piece of paper on January the 1st anyway.
I'm doing that. I am trying to launch. No, not trying. I'm going to. Launching two other,
I like that.
Thank you very much. Launching 2 new companies next year.
Okay.
That I've been working on this year. So I've got the idea. I know what they're going to do. I just need to get the time to do them, make the time to do them. I'm writing a book.
Okay.
Okay. What else?
What's the book about? Can you tell us?
Yeah, it's going to be half instructional, half inspirational. So effectively social media, but mixed with personal anecdotes as well.
Okay. Interesting.
So I'm enjoying writing that. I'm on a strict deadline of 500 words a day.
Wow.
Okay. So,
Wow.
Yeah. So I can't wait for that. I'm really looking forward to that. More of the same. I'm so grateful to work with some brilliant people, and I just want to do more business with more people that I like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you like to work.
Yeah, 100%.
I just thought of something. You 24 fingers is also a thing you're going to. I mean, we're doing a bit of a live after this, aren't we?
We're doing 24 questions.
We're doing a Facebook live, and you've got 24 questions for me.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about this.
Don't be. You're in safe hands.
Yeah, I overthink things like this.
Don't. You just need to do it.
I'm looking forward to that, and people will be able to see that on your Facebook page.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Yes, we'll share it on ours. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, look, we're going to have a very, very short break, and to everybody that's listening or watching, it's going to be about that long. See you in a second. Hi, we're back. Elliot here, Essex Business Radio with Emma Goode of 24 Fingers. Thanks for staying.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure, absolutely my pleasure so far, and I'm sure it will be for the latter part as well. A good question came up in that little break about when you find time to write this 500 words a day.
Yes.
Where do you find the time?
I try to make the time. It's really hard, but I get up at 6:30. I do my chanting, and then I have what we call power hour between 8 and 9.
Yeah.
That I work on my stuff, my business stuff. So I've been doing my 500 words.
You do that? Oh, you do it first thing in the morning. Oh, do you?
Yeah.
So you find your mind is the freshest.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
is it?
Yes.
Is that what writers do, or do?
I don't know that many writers, but for me, at the moment, it's flowing. Ask me 50,000 words in, it might not be, but at the minute it is.
Right. Okay.
So I've got to write, I think, between 50 and 80,000.
Right. Okay.
It's no small feat.
Wow. So quite a book then.
Yeah.
So how many pages is? What does that translate to?
I don't know. It depends how big the typewriting is.
How big the book is, I suppose, isn't it?
I don't know. It's I don't want it to be flimsy. You know, I want it to be a good read.
Yeah. And what's your target audience? What's the reason for writing the book?
The reason for writing my book is to build my personal brand.
Okay.
But actually, I'm finding it quite therapeutic as well.
Oh yeah.
Because so much has happened. It's a bit like EastEnders that we were talking about in the break.
Yeah.
So much has happened in my life. I think, it's been quite therapeutic to write it all down.
Was it? Yeah.
And also quite, God, do you know what? You got through that. Wow, well done.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we pat ourselves on the back enough.
No, definitely not. No, and a lot of people do say it's therapeutic to to write and pat yourself on the back, maybe.
Yeah, it might be.
Not at the same time, because that would be a bit weird, to be fair.
I'm not as
writing would be really bad as well. Okay, so we've found a little bit about you, about 24 Fingers, and a bit about your history. And when I got the Cards Against Humanity box out earlier on, you'd never heard of this.
I've heard of it.
You've heard of it.
Yeah, one of my friends plays it, but I've never played.
Alright, this is best off with alcohol, so this is definitely going to be probably slightly more humorous.
Simulate.
Probably going to be slightly more humorous in the new year when we're having a couple of shots and a glass of prosecco. So you said to me earlier on, because I asked you if you wanted a tea or a coffee when you got here. Yeah. You don't drink hot drinks.
I've never drunk tea or coffee in my life.
How have you got through to the ripe old age of 25 without drinking tea or coffee?
At school, you're probably too young to remember this, but at school we had school milk.
I'm older than you, to be fair.
School milk put me off, and I told everyone in my family that we wouldn't be drinking tea or coffee. My brother followed suit, so my son followed suit, and none of us drink tea or coffee.
So milk put you off tea and coffee. How does that work?
I just can't bear looking at it. If I'm in a meeting and somebody's sitting with me in a cup of tea, I have to move.
Wow, that's harsh.
I'm with you. I'm a milk hater.
Yeah. It's the smell.
Very cowish, don't you?
Yeah, but it's the smell. I school milk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I used to like that.
Yuck.
Thick, creamy milk.
No, I'm with you on that one. You know, you like your milk. That's fine.
I don't mind.
I respect your milk belief, but
drink
no,
it. I don't drink a lot of milk. Joel over there loves a bit of creamy milk. To be honest, I knew that would get her right. I mean, honestly, childish beyond belief.
I'll tell you what I did do last year, which I'm very proud. No, this year, God. In April, I drank my last sip ever of Diet Coke, and I drink 4 litres a day, roughly. And
4 litres of Diet Coke a day.
Being quite conservative.
Oh my goodness.
And April 2nd, took my last sip, and I've never drunk it since.
Wow. Why?
Goodness gracious.
Why?
Yeah.
What was my why to give up?
Okay, why you drank 4 litres of it in the first place, but also 4 litres of Diet Coke.
Is that 2 big bottles?
Yeah, and I'm being conservative. I used to really worry when I'd run out.
Really?
When we were close to running out, yeah.
Wow.
Why did I do it and why did I give up? I did it, I think, because I don't have caffeine, tea and coffee, so I needed something to power me through, and I used to work crazy.
But it's diet.
There's caffeine in it. So when I used to work in print,
sugar.
Yeah,
sugar. The diet's out of the sugar, so it's sweetener. So it's still caffeine.
Still caffeine. So I used to work really long hours. I was kind of regularly finishing at 2-3 in the morning.
Okay.
So the Diet Coke would literally power me through, and it was either Diet Coke or vodka and Diet Coke. That was my 2 staple drinks.
I mean, I can probably go for the latter if I had to. I prefer that than straight Diet Coke's disgusting anyway.
No, it was Pepsi Max was my nectar, but April the 2nd, a few people my family had been saying, you know, you're drinking far too much. And
I'm not surprised you had a wagon load of a Diet Coke being delivered every 2 days.
And obviously, I respect their opinion, but it was just happening.
I respect your opinion. I respect your opinion, but piss off. Have you got a couple of pints of Diet Coke on you? If you're not, get out.
It was quite an intervention. They didn't turn up with milk, did they?
No. And then
they've put something with full fat Coke and they're showing it at you, waving in your face.
No, and then I had a great coach called Louise Dockery, and she's fantastic. She put me on a sugar detox, and she said to me, you know, week 1 we'll do sugar detox, and week 2 we'll look at your Diet Coke. And I went, you know, fuck it. I'm in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah.
I'll never drink Diet Coke again. And I didn't.
Okay. So you're never going to touch it again? No. You know, not even with a vodka?
No, I've been to the pubs and I don't drink it.
So what do you drink now? What is your drink? Go on. Let us all join in. What's funny about that?
Is it what isn't your drink?
Now my drink's vodka and lime and soda.
Oh, that's known as the skinny
Is that
bitch.
it? I thought you were going to come out with some like mad, like snake blood and
No,
tequila.
No, I just laughing. No.
No. So no, come on, you can't just laugh like that. There's a reason for it. You can't hold that back.
I was just laughing because lately I've been going out quite a lot, and I haven't been out for ages. So now when I have a drink, it's like
it hits you, does it?
Oh, Emma's had a drink.
Okay. Yeah. And what do you do then? How does everybody know you when you've had a drink? You start getting on tables.
They know.
Oh right. Okay. You're not letting a lot out here, are you? Honestly, next time you come in, you're having a drink. That's all going to go wrong, isn't it?
It's all going to go.
Yeah, that's what we want. Okay, so anyway, we sort of how do we get off track again there? Cards against
cards.
So basically, I explained very quickly to you. Anybody that hasn't played this and is watching or listening, you have to choose. Oh, there's some. Let's see who had the hold of these cards. You have to choose a black card in this set. Some of these are politically incorrect, I have to say, but you need to choose a black card from out of there, and I'm just passing this over to Emma now. And there's a stack of white cards as well, so there'll be 1 or 2 spaces on the black cards, and you need to fill in the phrase, the gap. Don't read it yet until you picked your white card as well, and
it's
you
like
may as well just take it.
Again.
You want to just
I think we'll get our guests to join in as well.
Yeah. So take that. Take a card. Oh, and I'm just going to pass these over to Ben Hinchliffe, a good friend of mine, is here this evening.
In the audience.
In the audience, along with Joel Atwood. Both of them keeping fairly quiet, actually. I mean, so I'm just passing the cards over to Nevenka, who is going to pass over. I want to see what else we come up with. And if you could pass those white cards over to the guys as well, that would be great. Keep 1 or 2 back for you for whatever. So now this is humorous. Best played with a few drinks, I think. And Ben, you know who first told me about this is Ads. Many years ago. Ben and I go back quite a few years to my days when I lived in Burton-on-Trent, which is near where I grew up, and I'll tell you about that another time. All right, so so we're getting a laugh going over here. I'm going to pick out a card there, and then we've got some white cards, which I'm going to do as well. Okay, so Emma, what have you got? Tell us what you've got on your black card.
With or without gaps?
Yeah, just read it and obviously say space where the gap is. Yeah.
When you get right down to it, space is just space.
Ah, okay. Is that it? Okay, go on then. I see. And tell us what's on the white card.
Did you want me to read the whole thing?
Yeah, read the whole thing together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you get right down to it, disco fever is just tiny nipples.
Oh, tiny nipples again has risen its ugly head. Okay, perfect. I like that. That's reasonably good. So who have we got next? Somebody's going to have to come over to the mic.
So we have to come over to the mic, guys.
Let's go to the mic.
Introduce yourself.
So this evening, as Ben has been local and he's working, or hasn't been, not local at all, but he's just come to say hello. We haven't seen each other for months and months. So he's coming to watch what goes on Essex Business Radio, haven't you, Ben?
Yes, I have.
Come on, lean into the mic and tell us what you've got.
I like the way that you draw me into this.
Yeah, we've drawn you. Yeah.
Here we go.
Here's Ben Hinchliffe, who's actually going to come and do a podcast as well. So watch out.
Let's warm you up. Go and speak next.
Sorry. Do you want me to start?
Yeah, go on.
Right. The blind date was going horribly until we discovered our shared interest in
Go on.
a vagina that leads to another dimension.
Trust you to pick that one. Did you actually pick that out randomly as well?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, Joel, while you're here, we're sort of all joining in on this one. Right. Go on then, what are you saying?
The black one is, next week on the Discovery Channel, one man must survive in the depths of the Amazon with only blank and his wits. So I'll say it again. And next week on the Discovery Channel, one man must survive in the depths of the Amazon with only a Japanese toaster you can fuck him and his wits.
What on earth? And that was random as well?
No, I picked that. No.
Oh, right, okay.
Completely random.
Okay, perfect. I like that. Go on then, Evenka, what have you got?
My life is ruled by a vicious cycle of drinking 10 5-hour energies to get 50 continuous hours of energy, and Santa Claus.
Okay. So this would definitely be funny with alcohol, wouldn't it? Well, okay, so mine says, listen, son, if you want to get involved with space, I won't stop you, just steer clear of space. So now I haven't actually read any of this, so I'm going to basically just go for this. Listen, son, if you want to get involved with actually getting shot for real, I won't stop you, just steer clear of the shambling corpse of Larry King.
Oh my God.
Well, listen, I mean, what can you say?
Doesn't get better than that. Cards
Against Humanity. We are still waiting for some sort of sponsorship agreement. We'll wait to hear from them. We need some more packs of this because I think this is going to get much funnier with the alcoholic drinks in the new year. So you wouldn't have you're happy to come back and do another one with prosecco and shots, because you don't do tea and biscuits, do you?
No.
Prosecco and shots.
Okay.
Pretty.
Vodka, lime and soda.
We're gonna be doing that. We're nearly coming up to Christmas. It's we're approaching the middle of December. Have you got all your Christmas decorations up? Are you ready to go for Christmas? No.
No.
You got anything?
No.
Buddhism, they celebrate Christmas.
I'm celebrating Christmas, yeah.
But
so there's no rules in our Buddhism.
Isn't there?
No, you work out based on your own wisdom what's right for your life or not, and Christmas is definitely right for my life.
Oh, good. And what are you doing Christmas? Anything exciting?
I'm at my brother's in Stock Christmas Day with my son, and family time.
Oh, nice. And New Year?
I haven't thought that far ahead yet.
No, nothing planned.
No.
Oh well, whatever you do.
That sounded really sad, didn't it? I'm not sad.
Well, not really. No, you just haven't thought about it.
I haven't thought about it yet. Yeah.
Well, whatever you do, have a great Christmas and New Year, and all the best for 2020.
Thank you.
Big goals for next year.
Very big goals for
Double
next
the
year.
business.
doubling the business.
Is that what you want to do next year? Double it?
Yeah.
And obviously you've got a couple of businesses you're going to set up as well.
Yeah, but apart from that, won't be that busy.
You come back and tell us about next year, about how things are going with your new businesses and how you're doing on doubling the growth.
Thank you very much, Will.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you for having me.
All right, thank you very much. Emma Goode, 24 fingers. And she's just knocking hell out of the mic over there. Yeah, you just...
My 24 fingers got in the way then. Yeah.
Thanks very much to our audience this evening, and thank you very much for listening. If you want to know more about what Emma does, where can everybody find you, Emma?
www.24fingers.co.uk on all the socials.
Yep, and you'll see that around this somewhere up there, wherever we are. So around the video or around this post. And you can go and check us out on Spotify, and which we've just gone live on. And there'll be links so you can listen to other podcasts, other chat shows, and also you can go to our socials, Essex Business Radio, and you'll see where you can watch the videos as well on YouTube very soon, which will be going live. When you hear this, you will those will be live as well. So watch out for this. Lots of stuff happening. We've only really just started getting the ball rolling. We're really enjoying it. Did you enjoy coming in here?
I really enjoyed it, and I'm hoping that you're going to enjoy my 24 questions now.
I'm looking forward to the 24 questions. Not, but no, we're going to do it anyway. We're going to check it out. Listen, anything that makes me uncomfortable is usually pretty good, and people like to watch me squirm, as these guys are going to. Look, thanks very much again, and we'll look forward to catching up with you in the new year.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thanks very much. Cheers, guys.
Listening to Essex Business Radio with your host, Elliot Browne.